Hey D Squad, it's your girl Diana. This is story time. I feel like I need to talk to y'all about some things. First I want to explain to everybody, because some people are questioning, what made you want to start a YouTube? What made you want to become a YouTuber? So I feel like I owe y'all an explanation to tell y'all why. One, I love to talk. I love to try to be of assistance to some people as much as I possibly can. My life is very interesting. It can be complicated at times, but it's a lot of things that I've learned in my life in these years of living, and I thank God for many more. But the reason I decided to become a YouTuber because there's a lot that people are dealing with. There are a lot of things that people are going through, and there's a lot that people don't know. You know, YouTube is designed for whatever people choose their channel and their contents to be. My contents are all over the place. 1 minute I may be doing a vlog, a story. I mean, just it's meant to be fun. It's meant to be serious. It's meant to be helpful. But that's the reason I started YouTube, to reach out to you, and to talk to you, you know, about life. And lately, the thing that's been hitting on me hard is dealing with relationships and abusive relationships, because I've been talking to a lot of people who are dealing with that situation right now. So the thing I want to talk about right now is control in a relationship. And the reason I choose to talk about control is because I've been in that situation before, and I know what it feels like to be controlled by somebody. But at the time when I was being controlled, I didn't really understand what being controlled meant. I didn't know I was being controlled. I just had no idea, but I know I didn't like the way that I felt. One thing to my ladies on here, I understand how it feels to love someone. And we as women, we love hard. We love genuine. And when we give our heart to a man, we genuinely give our hearts to that man. And sometimes, and I'm not speaking of all men, I'm not putting every man in a category, but I'm going to talk about a man who takes that love that a woman gives for her weakness, and he just takes control of it. And I can speak about my life. My first time ever being married, I really loved my husband at the time. The person I was with at that time, and I felt like he loved me. And during time, like past like this about a year or so, everything seemed to be good, you know, before we got married. And then when we got married, it changed. And the control became so bad to the point where it didn't matter if I looked the wrong way, I was doing something wrong, I better look straight. It got to the point where, especially when the abuse came in, I had to do things a certain way. And the thing that the control, when a person controls you, they actually put a spirit of fear inside of you, and you're scared and you're walking on eggshells because you don't want to make that person angry. You don't want to make that person upset, especially if you know they're the type of person that will reach out and hit you. Well, my controlling issue, the control that this man had over me, let me tell y'all, when he would go to work, I could not go outside, not even on the front porch, and the door had to be closed. If somebody knocked on the door, I couldn't answer the door because he had neighbors that would watch, and they would let him know if I answered that door or not. I also had to have his clothes ironed so that he could go to the club, okay? So he could be ready. I mean, they had to be starched and ironed too. Supper had to be ready. This brother's bath water had to be in the tub. Now, as a wife, I had no problem with doing some of those things. But internally, I felt that hurt because I knew that once he left out, what his plans was to go and fool around. And when you say, well, how you know he was going to fool around? Well, it came from going through so much with him that when he came home, he smelled like a woman. And if any of y'all know what I'm talking about, comment down below and let me know that you feeling me. You know, a man that comes back, you smell like a woman, honey. I don't wear that perfume, and that is not my scent. But out of fear, I wouldn't say anything. I remember one time, after a while, I got tired. And it kept happening, and I was basically getting fed up with it. And he didn't care because he had that control over me, and he knew I wouldn't say anything because I didn't want him to hit me. He would even talk to women in front of me, but then one time I tried to confront the situation, which really got me beat bad. Then I was another time, his own, you know, another thing about a person, an abuser, they have insecurities. They have insecurities. You know, it was a time that we were chilling one morning, and I got up to go cook breakfast, and my stepdad had his co-worker come to get him from work, get him to pick him up from work, and I answered the door. And I was fully dressed with my robe and my gown, but I was clothed, and you couldn't see anything. And my husband got up, and he was like, come back in the room. And I was like, for what? And he said, come back in the room. And I thought he was playing. So I was in there cooking breakfast, you know, doing my thing. He came in the kitchen. He was like, didn't I tell you to come in the room? I was like, boy, you better go ahead on. Still at the same time, not thinking he was serious. But do you not know, before I knew it, he snatched me by my hair, and he tried to pull me to the room. And I grabbed the pot, and all my instinct was to try to fight back. That was the worst decision I could have ever made. I went back to hit this man, and this man beat me so bad, y'all, that both of my eyes were swollen. Like, I mean, I can't even explain. One eye was up, my eye was swole. My face was swole. And then as he got ready to leave out the door, he hit me one more time in my forehead, and a knot grew up so big on my head. Mind you, this was in front of the children. I mean, it was crazy. So anyway, police came, ambulance came, and I know I'm talking to somebody, and I know somebody can understand, but even with the officers coming, I told them my story, and I could see him looking. But because I could see him looking, I was still so very scared, even with officers there. I understand that's because that control, he had control of my mind, my heart, my feelings, and my emotions. When you're in that place, it is a scary place to be because you feel like you can't get out. But when you recognize any signs of control, that you have to do things a certain way, you have to do things the way he wants you to do them, or you have to do things the way she wants you to do them, that is a spirit of control. You are being controlled, and therefore it's just like a robot. You tell the robot what to do, you know, and if you don't do it, then there's a consequence that you got to pay for. Nobody, and I mean nobody, should have to live like that. Whether it's within a relationship, a child, a family, a job, no one should be controlled by anybody. So I just wanted to put this on here until you can recognize when somebody is controlling you, when you have to do everything they tell you to do, put things a certain way, act a certain way, can't go a certain place, can't do this, can't do that. You no longer have a life. That your life belongs to them. You understand what I'm saying? So recognize control, and if you can, get some help. You know, I didn't know any better. And then even now I'm beginning to realize, you know, I was just controlled. I was controlled. Easy target control. I don't know what it make the other person feel like, but it was hard. And I cried many, many nights. And my children just, when children see that, they're like, thinking that's the way it's supposed to be. But it's not. So anyway, I just wanted to give y'all this little story time. This is why I do YouTube, to reach out to you, to, you know, help you understand. I understand what you're going through, where you've been, what you're going. I know, I've been there. I'm not going to talk to you about nothing I ain't went through. Nothing I ain't went through. And that's why I'm learning to love myself while I can, because nobody's going to love me better than me but God. You understand what I'm saying? So D Squad, please send some comments. Any topic you want to talk about, let's talk about. If I don't have the answer, I'm sure I'll find somebody who does. Again, thank you for all of the new subscribers. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for the comments. I love each and every one of you. I want y'all to really know that I do. And thank you for not judging me but my hair, because it sure be looking whack out here in this wind. But let me look, I tried to come do it out here, but the wind was just, the wind was too much. So anyway, y'all have a blessed day. Know that you love yourself. Do not be controlled by anybody. Control hurts. It really does. God bless you, D Squad. I love you. Bye.